Hello and welcome to Informatica Support Video KB session. This is Sugi Narayana. In this session, I'm going to demonstrate a simple utility which will help you collect B2B DataExchange ActiveMQ broker statistics. Agenda: we will go over a description of this utility which will help you collect the AMQ broker statistics. We'll see when and why this statistics will be helpful and when it will be needed. We will also go over the utilities usage and the options available. We will also go over the limitations, followed by a brief demo of this utility. The utility name is getBrokerStats. It's a simple Java JMX based utility. Java class name is getBrokerStats.class. It will help you collect B2B DX ActiveMQ broker statistics from all the AMQ nodes in the cluster. You might be having a 4 nodes cluster, 3 nodes cluster, whatever, but you should be able to collect all the statistics at one shot using this simple utility. The utility is JMX based, which is the Java management extensions. Please ensure that the JMX is enabled in your ActiveMQ.xml and capture the JMX port from your ActiveMQ.xml file. I have a screenshot below which shows my ActiveMQ.xml. If I look for the term JMX, I can see that connector port for JMX is 12214 in my case. When and why is this utility needed? One, probably to troubleshoot DX ActiveMQ slowness or performance issues. Second, you can collect the broker statistics at peak usage, fine-tune the broker's memory parameters as needed. Third, for any sort of DX ActiveMQ slowness issues or any ActiveMQ related problems, even for performance fine-tuning anything, the support team will request you for these details. Usage, like I mentioned, this is a simple class file, Java class file by name getBrokerStats.class. Please copy that class to DX home directory, and I have given the command here. You can see the Java command takes -cp, which is a standard class path option. Please ensure that you are appending the ActiveMQ fuse related jar as part of the class path. And this command by itself takes the output file.txt as the first argument. It can be any file name where your output will be dumped, followed by broker name at hostname colon JMX port. So that's the way it takes. And you can, like I mentioned in my previous slide, you can give multiple brokers at the same time, which means like you can collect the statistics of multiple AMQ nodes at the same time. So you might ask, what is this broker name? Again, please refer back to your ActiveMQ.xml file. I have given a screenshot below, which will say broker. That's the XML tag there. You can see the broker name, in my case, is localhost. So my command will go like localhost at the rate of whatever the host name that I have, colon my JMX port. Okay, let's go over a demo of this particular utility. Before that, I just wanted to um, point out that the class file is Java 1.6 base. So if you're using a earlier version of Java, like 1.4 or something, then you may get a problem saying this is not the proper class format. For simplicity's sake, you can just use the Java binary which is bundled within the DX product itself. That way we can be sure that we are using the right executable. To give a demo of this, we go to my DX environment. This is my DX environment, my DX home. I have a DX home environment variable set to the DX home, and I have the getBrokerStats.class file here. I can see that my command goes like whatever the JDK 1.6 within. This is my DX 9.1 environment. So within that, I'm using the Java bundle within that. I'm giving the class path, and then the ActiveMQ related jar file is there under the power center lib directory. GetBrokerStats is the class name. I'm just dumping the output to output file.txt. Like I mentioned, localhost is my broker name. Ironwood is my host name. 12214 is my JMX port. So that over here, go to the broker directory on get that activeMQ.xml file. You can see the broker name here, localhost. Same way you can install JMX. I'll show you the JMX has been enabled and the connector port is also mentioned over here. So above you can see that use JMX is marked as true here. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and execute this command. That is connecting through JMX to Ironwood 12214. It is done. We should see a file by name output file.txt. Yes, file by name output file.txt which has the data dumped in it. So it's not in a readable format. I'll show you how to make it in a better readable format. Before that, like I mentioned in the session, you can see that I'm just giving like one node's details here, like broker name at Ironwood colon 12214. So let's say if I have two other KMQ nodes in the cluster, which means like two other B2B DX nodes in the cluster, then I can give the corresponding broker name, host name, and the JMX port with a followed by a space here. Like I can just give localhost 1 at inode 1 dot colon 12214 space localhost 2 at let's say Hickory colon 12214 whatever. Okay, so I can give multiple parameters here and collect the broker statistics at one shot. Now, I have the output already copied to my DX directory. So what I'm going to do is just going to import this particular output into Microsoft Excel. I'm going to ask you what is a delimiter. Yes, it is a delimiter file, and the delimiter used this way. Now we can see You can see the statistics for the broker, what is the broker name and host name and the GMX port when it was collected, the broker ID, what is the broker name and the memory limit, the memory percentage that's being used, storage limit being used, storage percentage being used, temporary storage, quite some parameters are listed here. In the same way, the queues that are defined in this particular broker, the queue name, consumer count, how many consumers are connected to it, NQ count, DQ count, cursor memory, memory limit, memory percentage usage, and all those details are mentioned over here. This will be helpful when troubleshooting problems or even if you want to collect your peak statistics for a particular broker, like which queue gets utilized the max or how your queues are behaving with respect to the NQ and DQ statistics. You can do that analysis based on this report. That's pretty much what I wanted to discuss as part of this session. I hope this utility helps you. And how to get this utility? You need to contact Informatica support. That way you get the latest version of this utility for your use. Thank you very much for watching this video KB session.